We're Bring Me the Horizon, and you're watching Bring the Noise. So far it's been pretty good.
Yeah, they seem to have taken it really well. We've been streaming it for over a month now anyway, so most fans, I would have thought, have probably heard it.
Yeah.
Seems to be really positive.
At first we were gutted, weren't we?
I think we always expected it would do, but...
Everything leaks now, it's just a matter of when
it leaks.
And it was quite early.
It was just a shit, yeah, ours leaked 2 months early, and that was the only thing what we were a bit shit about it, but I mean we were a bit gutted for about a day, and then we just got over it, you know what I mean? We knew it was going to happen, but it was kind of cool that everyone was like buzzing off it, you know what I mean? It would have been a lot worse if everyone was saying, oh, it's shit.
And it's leaked.
Yeah, it's leaked and it's dog shit, but everyone's saying it's leaked and it's really good, so it was cool. There was nothing we could do about it, so yeah.
We knew it was going to leak before it had leaked, because we just knew, like, when we went to do press in France, that lots of CDs and stuff, everyone has CDs, so we kind of had a feeling like it's going to leak. So we were prepared for it. I don't really know how much you can do, you know what I mean? There's so many people involved, especially like when you're on a label like Sony and stuff, there's so many people involved, and you have to give the record to people to hear it and review it and stuff, so I guess
it was inevitable, wasn't it?
I guess we could have like guarded it and been really careful with it, but
that's not happened.
It hasn't happened, and I don't think it's going to happen on the next album either. I can't imagine us giving that much.
Yeah, it is what it is. And
as long as people like it, the music's out there, then whatever.
No, not really. I think everyone at Sony is just very positive and that, and
if anything, it's just kind of relieved it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we're on Visible Noise, and before this, and they had 2 people on the label, and that's it, you know what I mean? And Sony, it's just ridiculous. And like, I remember we had a meeting about production and videos and all that stuff in Sheffield, and usually one guy would show up with a backpack on, but this time they were like a whole team of people, and you know, they just made us feel comfortable and reassured us and stuff like that, and they seemed like they were into the band and into the CD, and that's what we looked for as well in the label, you know what I mean? We want someone who's going to be as into the band as we are, and that, and they seem cool and into it, so it's good, it's a good vibe.
To be honest, I've been like working with the band for about 6 months anyway, so didn't really. By that point, I was obviously like quite good mates with everyone, and we'd written the whole album together. So once you've been through that, you know, I mean, you kind of like gone through that whole process of being embarrassed and doing something shit in front of someone, and then like. So I didn't really feel like,
we made him feel at home straight away. We'd start taking piss out of him straight away, and like we do everyone else and that. But it just clicked, didn't it? As good as it sounded. It worked out good straight away. And
it's not really a high pressure, like the band. No one else in the band puts that much pressure on each other. You know what I mean?
We like as little pressure.
Yeah, it's a good atmosphere in the band. You know what I mean? So I didn't feel like, I might fuck up and someone's gonna come down on me or whatever. Like, give me a bollocking. I kind of felt like I could do it. And
we all fuck up, so
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some of it's out of order, innit, you know what I mean? People don't know him, they just see this kid off internet or whatever, and they don't really know him, whereas we know him as a person, and he's not one of them kind of people who takes it to heart. Well, I don't think he does too much anyway. Maybe he does a little, but it's like, it's just one of them things he's always had, and he's always just shrugged it off, and he's just dealt with it in a good way, apart from being a knobhead, you know what I mean? You can react to it, and he'll make you like a even bigger dickhead, but he's laid back, and he's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
But for us, it's pretty cool. We can walk down the street without getting fucking jumped on by a bunch of kids, you know what I mean? So
sometimes it's a bit much for him, but
yeah,
he doesn't mind it. But like sometimes you do feel a bit sorry for him, like when shit takes way longer than it would take everyone else. You know what I mean? If we go to get some food or something, and people spot him and he gets mobbed.
And some people just see someone having a photo of him and then they'll just think,
I'll get one.
I'll get one as well. I don't
yeah.
really know who he is, but it's just like that for him. He's just a bit overwhelmed by it, but he takes it on the chin. You know what I mean? It's
Part of the job, isn't it?
yeah. Don't know. I don't.
You probably just have the potential to be the best band and the worst band, depending on how the gig goes.
I don't know. It's one of them things that all people have always said about us on all. You know what I mean? We've always been criticised for. I think it's just because when we started, we were like 17, didn't really know what we were doing. All we wanted to do was play shows, and I guess we had a certain look about us, and people just didn't really get it. You know what I mean? And I don't know, for like metal purists anyway, I think they were just like, who the fuck are these little kids like with funny haircuts, you know what I mean? Metal's supposed to be about black and, you know, all that shit. But I don't know. Just one of them things again.
It doesn't really matter, does it? I think it's good if you can create an opinion at least, if people give a shit.
People
enough,
didn't
enough
give a
to say
shit,
they
yeah.
fucking, as long as not everyone fucking hates you, then you probably are shit. But if people love you and hate you, then that's a good thing, you know what I mean? 'Cause it means you're doing
It's
something.
better to spark an emotion, whether it be a bad one or a good one, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, than someone to just be like, well, you know what I mean? So I'd rather people hate us and just not be bothered at all. That's cool. Shit band went good. I don't know. It's just weird. We never thought about it like that. We've never thought about it like that. We just literally wrote 4 songs as fast as we could just to start playing live shows. You know what I mean? We never had aspirations or like that.
I guess it's cool that people who hated the band before, like critics and stuff, now like the band. That's kind of a cool thing. That's a cool story that so many people have to like almost backtrack a bit.
Yeah.
Like we had an interview this morning with some people that said they'd never write about the band again.
No,
Called
yeah.
us cunts before I was in the band, and now they're interviewing the band, and it's, I guess that's kind of a cool story to turn it around, sort of thing.
I mean, obviously it's a bit shit.
It's kind of like looking at like a picture of yourself when you're like 16 and you're just like, what was I thinking? But then if you look at it in context, it's kind of like, well, how many people can say they wrote a record when they were 18 and they did relatively okay?
Yeah.
So,
Just, I don't know, it were what we were doing at that time. I mean, we started, like I said, when we were 17, 18, I think Lee was the only person who could really play his instrument, and I didn't know what they were doing on drums at all. And we were just winging it, basically. Like I said, we just wanted to play shows, and it weren't about headlining Wembley or doing this and that, you know what I mean? We just literally wanted to play shows, so we just winged it, and we're here. So it worked out alright. I'd say I'm still proud of it. I'm still proud of everything we've done, you know what I mean? I wouldn't regret a thing we've done. So yeah, I'm still proud.
still a band.
Yeah, that was still
We're
all
still
mates. And it's been 9 years now, almost 10 years, you know, it's crazy. But I think I'm just proud of the fact that through all the shit and through all the stuff people threw at us, we just fucking kept our chin up and we just didn't let it bother us, you know what I mean? And we got where we are through a lot of hard work, and I don't think you can deny that, you know what I mean? We are an hard working band, we've been on tour pretty much since we started, and you can't take that away from us. And I'm just proud of the fact of where we are and where we've come from, and like the stuff we've been through personally and all that stuff, and we've still come out on top. I think it's just like family stuff and that, you know what I mean? And like, obviously we're getting older, our parents are getting older as well and stuff. It's spending less time with them is a bit of a shit thing, you know what I mean? But it's part of the job, and it's weird because like we go away on tour for months and months, and you kind of forget that life still goes on whilst you're away, you know what I mean? And it's just, I think that's one of the things you miss most, just spending time with your loved ones, really. That's the hardest thing about it, just leaving everyone behind. And
it's hard to keep like friendships up as well. I think
Yeah.
with like I guess in this band we're all like, I guess our close friends are actually are the band, and that's just because when you go away on tour so much, you don't see your friends back home that much, and then when you go back, you've kind of missed out on like 6 or 7 months of their life or whatever for that year.
miss loads. Even just last month, I missed my dad's 60th birthday. I missed my mum's 56th, I think. And just, it's just, you miss out on just little shit like that where you just think, oh, I wish I could be at home for that. But then again, you look at what you're doing on a bigger scale and you're just like, well, I'm in South Africa, diving with fucking great white sharks, you know what I mean? So you can't really let it get you down, but it does affect you a little bit.
I think we can see through that.
Yeah, we're proper not like that at all. We choose our friends wisely, I think, and we know who's a sniffer and who's not, you know what I mean? It's
same with our, like, even our crew who come on tour with us, pretty much all of them are like just friends who we've met during our time as being a band, and we're just like, oh, okay.
Everyone's like similar age as well. We're all into the same kind of things and stuff. You see a lot of bands where they'll just have crew just because they've been doing it for 40 years. Do you know what I mean? But to that's just bullshit. It's just like, why the fuck would we want some random old dudes with us just because they've been drum teching for 40 years? It's like, it's not like that for us. We want to keep it all together and like our friends and just have the best time we can. You know what I mean?